All right, good morning. We are going to go ahead and get started. We're going to do a 45-minute flow today. Pretty simple, straightforward, nothing too crazy, but definitely feel free to modify as needed and just listen to your body. So let's go ahead and get started in child's pose, bringing the knees out wide to the edges of the mat, toes touching behind you, hips hanging heavy over the heels, arms stretching forward, and letting the forehead rest on the mat. Taking these first few moments of class just to get settled, to get present in this practice, to get present in your body. Letting all the to-do lists and tensions start to fall away. And instead starting to focus on your breath. Taking deep inhales through the nose, filling up. And for these first few, just sigh it out the mouth. One more inhale through the nose. Exhaling out the mouth. One more inhale through the nose. This time sealing the lips and exhaling out the nose as well. Reach the fingertips just an inch forward, crawling them a little bit further in front of you, stretching out the back. And then planting the hands and coming up into tabletop pose. And taking these first few breaths just to make any movements that feel good. Maybe some hip circles, maybe a few cat-cows. Just warming up the body and bringing movement in. Good. About 2 more breaths here. Continuing to inhale through the nose and out the nose. Coming into a neutral tabletop. We'll do 2 rounds of cat-cow all together. So as you inhale, dropping the belly, gazing forward, broadening through the chest. And as you exhale, rounding through the spine into your cat pose. Pushing the mat away, feeling that space between your shoulder blades. And inhaling, dropping the belly, broadening the chest, gaze forward. One more exhale into cat pose, nice and slow. And then coming into a neutral tabletop. On the inhale, lift the right arm up to the sky. Open the chest towards the side of the room. And exhale, thread the arm underneath the body, bringing that right ear down. Maybe walking the left fingertips forward. Feeling a nice stretch in the right shoulder. Doing your best to keep your hips square and level. Continuing to breathe in and out through the nose. And maybe letting the eyes softly fall shut as you feel into this stretch. If the left hand is outstretched, slowly bring it back next to the face, planting the left palm down. And on your inhale, start to lift up through the right arm, stretch it all the way open to the side. And exhale, plant the right hand next to the left. 1 round of cat-cow on your own, just to flush out the spine. And coming back to neutral. Inhale that left arm up, stretching the chest open to the other side of the room now. And as you exhale, threading that arm underneath the body, bringing the left ear down, and maybe stretching the right hand forward. Again, softening or closing the eyes so that feels good. And feeling that left shoulder start to open up and release. Slowly walking the right hand back to frame the face, pressing into that right hand and inhaling the left arm up to the sky, stretching open. And exhale, left hand down. One more round of cat-cow. Inhaling, broadening the chest, gazing forward. And exhaling, rounding through the spine, gazing back at your thighs and your knees. Come back to a neutral spine. We'll do just a little bit of core activation before we get moving. This really helps stabilize the core and help you flow through moves throughout the rest of practice. So to get started, we'll lift our right arm forward, stretching out long in front. And then start to bring the left toes behind you. So straightening that left leg. For now, the toes can just be on the ground. Feel into this balanced distribution. And then as you're ready, lift those left toes off the ground, hovering the left leg and the right arm off the ground for a bird dog. As you inhale, reach the fingertips forward, the toes go back. And exhale, bring the right elbow to left knee underneath the body. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, tap elbow to knee. One more time, inhaling long. Exhale, tap knee to elbow. Inhale, reach long. Keep the left leg lifted, but plant the right hand down about a foot in front of the left hand. And then we're going to come into a modified side plank. So you can stretch the right foot behind you. You can tap the left foot down if that feels good. And just lifting the left arm up to the sky, opening the chest to the side of the room. Maybe lifting that left knee if you want an extra balance challenge. Or not. One more inhale here. Exhale, return to tabletop pose. Other side, lifting the left arm in front of you, stretching it long. And then lengthening the right leg, letting the right toes stay on the ground for right now, but really lengthening and straightening that right leg behind you. Taking a moment to catch your balance. And then as you're ready, lifting the right toes off the ground, so both left arm and right leg are hovering. Inhale, stretch a little bit longer. And exhale, bring left elbow to right knee under the body and tap. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Inhale, stretch long. And exhale, tap, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch long. And exhale, plant that left hand on the ground just in front of the right, so the hands are staggered. You can keep the left leg where it is, or maybe 90-degree that foot behind you, and start to open up into your side plank. Right toes can be on the ground, right arm goes up, chest faces the right side of the room. Maybe lifting those right toes. Breathing in for another inhale. And exhale, return to tabletop pose. One final round of a cat-cow, just to rinse out that spine. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, rounding. Coming back to that neutral spine, and we're going to come into a bear plank. So just hovering the knees, but the toes and the hands stay on the ground. As you lift the knees, you're going to feel that lower core engage. And you continue to press through the hands. Feel broadness and space in the shoulder blades and in the chest. Holding here for another 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog, Anna Vishvanasana. This is our first down dog of practice, so just taking about 3 breaths to get settled. Maybe pedaling out the legs. Maybe stretching the tailbone just a little bit higher towards the sky. 2 more breaths here on your own. And then find stillness. Keep a generous bend in the knees just for now. It's early in class. And push the mat away with your hands so you're feeling your spine really open up and lengthen. From here, walk the hands to the back of the mat, feet about hip width distance. And go ahead and let everything hang heavy. Release any tension in the neck. And maybe grab for opposite elbows and sway if that feels good.
making sure to keep a nice bend in the knees. Maybe shaking the head yes or no, but really letting it just hang, releasing any tension. Release the fingertips to the ground. Inhale for a halfway lift, lengthening the spine, gazes down. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands to the hips, bend in the knees, and stand all the way up. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, gaze slightly up. And exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Take a moment and let the eyes flutter closed or go soft. Now that we've been moving for just a few minutes, starting to feel into your body. Maybe feeling your heartbeat quicken. And taking a moment just to set an intention for the rest of class. Maybe it's just to be present. Maybe it's to get a little sweat on. Whatever it is, just filling up your mind and your intention with that purpose. Slowly flutter the eyes open. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands to the hips, bend in the knees. Inhale, stand all the way up and reach the arms up. Gaze up at the hands. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. And exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands all the way back out to downward facing dog. And 2 breaths here. With your hands, think about pressing on the inner side of the hand, so the space between the forefinger and the thumb. Helps take a little bit of pressure off the wrists and really helps you find a little bit more length in that spine. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Shoulders over wrists. Gaze is neutral down to ground. And exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more ripples just like that. Inhaling out to plank. Feeling that core engage. And exhale, downward facing dog. 1 more. Inhale to plank. Really firing up through the legs. Feeling that energy shoot out through the heels to activate the legs and the lower core. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze in between the hands. And walk the feet up towards the hands, coming into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, reach tall. And exhale, cactus the arms, come into a baby back bend. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Lower the right knee. Untuck the toes. And on your next inhale, come up for a low lunge. And for this lunge, try to avoid dumping too much into that front leg. Really think about staying a little bit more upright so the hip is really stacked up over the knee. There's a nice 90-degree bend in the left leg. 1 more inhale here. And exhale, palms down to the ground. Lift the right knee. Plant the right palm on the ground. And lift that left arm up to the sky for an easy twist. 1 more inhale here. Exhale, left palm down to the ground. Step back into plank pose. From plank pose, hold here. Engage through the core. Lift slightly forward and lower all the way down to the belly. Keep the hands where they are, untuck the toes. And as you inhale, come up for a baby cobra. Just a gentle back bend here. Maybe hovering the hands, or maybe keeping them rooted on the ground for some extra support. 1 more inhale. And exhale everything down. Inhale, shift back into child's pose. Wide knee or narrow knee is fine. Whatever feels good. And as you're ready, meet in downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg high. Bend the knee and just start to open up the hip. Maybe doing a few ankle rolls. But feeling that right side of the body really open and stretch. Inhale that right leg back to center. And as you exhale, place that right foot in between the hands. Lower the left knee. And inhale up for a low lunge. Same rules apply here. Avoid dumping too much forward. And really think about lengthening. Fingertips are over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over knee. Feeling that left hip flexor really open up. And exhale the hands down. Keep that left palm planted. Lift the left knee. And on your inhale, lift the right arm to the sky for an easy twist. One more inhale here. And exhale, release. Gaze forward. And bring that left foot to the top of the mat to meet the right, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Feet about hip width distance. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, come into a gentle back bend. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time stepping the left foot to the back of the mat. Left knee comes down, toes untuck. On your inhale, sweeping the arms up. From here, we're going to come into another twist. Inhaling, reaching the fingertips a little bit higher. And as you exhale, take that right arm behind you, left arm forward, and start to twist over to the right side. Nothing too intense, no jerking. Just starting to move that heart over to the right side of the room. Good. Inhale, both arms up, come back through center. And exhale, both palms down. Planting the left palm, lifting the left knee, and coming once again into that easy twist. Right arm lifts up to the sky. Really think about engaging through that back left leg. Maybe bringing the hips a little bit higher. One more inhale. Exhale, palm down, step the right foot back. Plank pose. Pausing for a moment in plank. And then shifting forward, lowering all the way to the belly. This time, take the arms long on either side of you, palms face up. Now on your next inhale, lift everything off the mat. Arms lift, legs lift, chest and torso. For Shalabhasana, locust pose. Really think about reaching those fingertips towards the heels, creating space between the shoulder and the ear. Inhale a little bit higher. And exhale, release. Plant on either side of the chest. Tuck the toes, lift the knees. And on your next exhale, push all the way up into a high plank. And downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left foot high. Bend the knee, open up the hip. And take a few moments here to bring in any movements that you did on the other side. Maybe rolling the ankle. Maybe stretching that leg a little bit further behind you. Inhale, reach the left leg high. And as you exhale, plant that left foot in between the hands. Lower the right knee, untuck the right toes, and come up for a low lunge. Coming back into the twist on this side. Inhaling, lifting the fingertips a little bit higher. And as you exhale, sweeping that left arm behind you, right arm forward, as the torso starts to gently twist over to the left. Being mindful of the breath. And on your next inhale, sweeping both arms back up through center. Exhale, plant both palms on the ground. Stabilize through that right palm. Lift the right knee. And lift the left arm up to the sky for an easy twist. Again, maybe lifting the hips just a little bit higher, firing up through that right leg. And on your next exhale, left hand plants down on the ground, step forward into a forward fold. Heel toe the feet together so the toes are touching. There's a slight sliver in between the heels. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Bending the knees, letting the hips sink. Arms and biceps frame the face. And taking a peek down at the toes, making sure you can see them wiggling underneath you. Really putting the weight in the heels. One more breath in here. Sink a little lower in the exhale. And inhale, stand all the way up. Maybe a gentle back bend at the top, but that feels good. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. From here, step or hop back into a plank pose, pausing in a high plank. And then we'll move for a nice and slow chaturanga. At any point, you can come down to the belly and do the Shalabhasana or Baby Cobra. But for those doing chaturanga, we'll shift slightly forward, corkscrew the hands slightly out to the edges of the mat to stabilize the shoulders and the elbows. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, flip over the toes, stretch up for upward facing dog. Gaze is straight ahead. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, plant the right foot in between the hands and come up for crescent lunge. If you're feeling a little unstable, you can widen the legs, kind of creating more stability in the base. But wherever you are, bend through the right knee just a bit more. And imagine you're lifting that left heel over the toes. This really helps to engage that left leg and shift the center of gravity a bit forward. From here, bend through the right elbow. Use the left hand to just encourage it down for a half arch or stretch. Strong, stable base, smooth and steady breath. Inhale, reach both arms up. And exhale, palms down to the ground. You can either move straight to downward facing dog or move through any version of a vinyasa that feels good. One deep breath in, downward facing dog. Deep breath out the nose. Inhale, lift the left foot high. And exhale, plant that left foot in between the hands. And inhale up for crescent lunge. Again, making any adjustments to your legs that you need. Maybe widening the stance if you need a little extra stability. And then bending a little bit more into that left leg, left knee. And imagining the right heel shift over the right toes. Bending through the left elbow, catching with the right hand, and coming into a half archer, little tricep stretch. Continuing to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale, release the arms, raise them up to the sky. And exhale, plant the palms down on the ground, moving through vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Building on from there, inhale the right leg up. Exhale, place the right foot in between the hands, coming up for crescent lunge. Bending through the right elbow, finding that half archer, tricep stretch. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, bringing that right arm behind you, left arm forward, coming to that same twist position we did when we were down on our knees, but this time with the legs lifted. On the next inhale, we'll windmill the arms open and come into a warrior two, planting the left heel on the ground at about a 45-degree angle. Right arm forward, left arm back. Gaze is just gently over those right fingertips. And while we're here, really think about driving that right knee out towards the edge of the mat. So it's like it wants to track over the right pinky toe. Just helps protect the knee, make the body a little bit more stable. Inhale, flip the palm, tip back for reverse warrior. And exhale, windmill the arms down. Step back into plank and either move through vinyasa or head straight to downward facing dog. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale the left leg high and exhale left foot in between the hands, coming up for crescent lunge. Bending through the left elbow, catching the elbow with the hand. We'll tricep stretch. And then inhaling the arms up, sweeping that left arm behind you, right arm forward for another easy twist. On the next inhale, any way you can, start to windmill the arms open, plant the right heel down, come into your warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Same trick with that left knee. Start to open it a bit out towards the outside edge of the mat. Starts tracking over the left pinky toe. Gaze forward in front of the fingers. Inhale, flip the left palm up and tip back for reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands down and move through vinyasa. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, right foot in between the hands, coming up for that crescent lunge. Pausing here. And as you exhale, coming straight into that warrior two. Sealing that left heel down to the ground. Gaze goes forward. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse warrior. And as we exhale, we're going to come straight into side angle pose. So right elbow on right knee, left arm reaches overhead, frames the left ear. And you'll find a nice line of energy from the left heel all the way out through the left fingertips. Feeling that left side body really open. Make sure your knees and your right leg are active in this. So right knee continues to pull out towards the right side. Maybe if you have the space, you'll bring the right fingertips down towards the ground on the inside of the right leg. Or maybe you'll just keep them resting on that right knee. Inhale, tip back, reverse warrior, keeping that right knee bent. And exhale, windmill the arms down to the ground and pause. Lift the left toes up slightly. Hop that left toe in about a foot. And you're going to be in about warrior one leg. So the left foot will be pointed about 45 degrees. Legs are about hip width distance. And that left hand will now come to the left hip. Sorry, right hand to right hip. More excited. You can keep the left fingertips on the inside of the right foot, maybe on top. And you're slowly going to turn the chest open to the right side. Using that right hand on the hip to really help keep the hips level and avoid one from cocking out too much to the side. You can stay here, or maybe raise the right arm to the sky. Maybe putting that left hand on a block or a water bottle to help to bring the ground up to you. Maybe taking a little deeper with that left hand on the foot, left hand on the outside of the right foot. This is our twisted triangle pose. One more breath in here. And exhale, both palms down to the ground. Take that left foot back just a bit. Raise the left heel. And come into your low lunge.
Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, round the back as if you're coming into a little bit of a cat pose. Release the neck. Feel everything lengthen. And then bring that right hand on the inside of the right foot. Heel toe their foot out slightly. Toes are facing out, heel in. And start to drop that left knee. You can either stay here in this nice runner's lunge, just finding a good stretch. Or if you want to lower to the forearms, lower to a block. You have a few breaths here for you to take this a little bit deeper. Wherever you are, continuing to focus on that breath. Nice steady inhales through the nose, filling up the belly. And exhales out the nose. Starting to make your way back onto your fingertips and into your palms. Heel toe that leg back in between the hands. Then we're going to shift the hips back, lengthen through the right leg, and come into a half splits. The fingertips can rest on either side of the body, offering support. As you just hinge over the right leg, finding a nice hamstring stretch. It's nice to keep a little bit of a bend in the right knee, just so we're not locking it out. Option to take this into a full splits if that is calling to you today. One more breath in here through the nose. And as you exhale, start to rebend through the right knee. Plant the palms on either side of the foot and step back into a plank pose. Again, option here to move straight to downward facing dog, or you can move through a vinyasa. Either chaturanga, baby cobra, that feels good. Inhaling the left leg high. And exhale, planting the left foot in between the hands, coming up for a high lunge. From here, so coming straight to that warrior two. Left fingertips forward, gaze ahead. Inhale, flip the left palm, tip back for reverse warrior. And as you exhale, coming into that side angle pose, left shin, left forearm to left knee. Right arm stretches overhead. Feeling that nice opening on the right side of the torso. And feeling that energy root down through that right heel and stretching all the way out through the right fingertips. Again, keeping that left knee opening up towards the left. So you're not just dumping and resting the left arm on the leg. It's more of an active position. And maybe if you have the space, reaching the left fingertips down to the ground on the inside of the left leg. Or just keeping the arm on the left leg. Two more breaths here. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Inhale, keeping that left knee lifted, bent. Lift the left arm back for reverse warrior. And exhale, windmill the arms down to the ground. Lift the right heel and bring that right foot in about a foot. Then sealing the right heel on the ground at about a 45-degree angle. Leg should be about hip width distance. Then bring the right palm on the inside of the left foot. Left hand comes to left hip as you start to turn your chest open towards the left side. using that left hand to keep that left hip in place. Maybe staying here and focusing on the twist, maybe lifting the left arm up to the sky for our twisted triangle pose. Right hand can stay on the ground or on a block. Or if you want to take it deeper, you can put that right hand on the left foot or in the outside of the left foot. Really twisting over to the left. One more breath in. And exhale, both palms to the ground and pause. Lift the right heel. Take the foot back about a foot. Left hand comes on the inside of the left foot. And you'll heel toe that left foot out to the side so the toes are facing out, heels in. And then dropping the right knee. Options stay up on the hands, or you can lower to the forearms to a block. Give about 4 more breaths here to really find any position that's calling to you. Really focusing on that breath. The deep inhales through the nose and exhales through the nose. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Start to lift yourself back up to the palms if you're folded. And heel toe that foot in between the hands. From here, you'll shift the hips back, lengthen through the left leg, and come into your half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Fingertips on either side of the body, or in a block if that feels good. And letting the torso just hinge over that straightened left leg. Slight bend in the left knee is always nice. Just start to feel the hamstrings release here. One more inhale here. And stay for the exhale. Start to rebend through that left foot, left knee. Plant the hands on either side of the left foot and step back into a plank pose. From here, we're gonna lower all the way down to our bellies for a slow count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, release. Stretch the arms out long on either side, palms face up. And coming back into that Shalabhasana we did at the start of class. Inhale, lifting everything off the ground. Maybe feeling more of your thigh lift off than you did last time. And driving those fingertips back towards the heels to really engage and lengthen through that upper body. One more inhale, come a little bit higher. And exhale, release everything down to the mat. Place the right ear on the mat. And just take a few breaths here to relax. Return the forehead to center. Setting up for our second round of Shalabhasana, locust pose. Arms long on either side of the body, palms face up. And as you inhale, lift everything off the ground. Imagine you're trying to make a really, really lazy C with your body. Feeling the shoulder blades pull back behind you. Maybe you're lifting the heels an inch higher. Inhale, lift just a little bit more. And exhale, release. Left ear comes down to the mat. Maybe windshield wiper the legs if that feels good. We're just taking these last few moments to rest. Returning the forehead to center, planting the hands on either side of the chest. Tuck the toes
lift the knees, and on your exhale, push up into a high plank. And then shift to downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward in between the hands. Lift the heels, bend the knees, and walk, step, or jump all the way through to a seat. Setting up for Navasana here, a little final core work. Resting on the sit bones. And starting to lift the shins about parallel to the ground. Hands can hold on behind the thighs, or maybe releasing the arms for a little extra challenge. And stay here, or you can straighten through the legs. Keeping the shoulder lift, or the chest lifted, shoulders back. Holding here for another 3, 2, and place the soles of the feet on the ground, round forward and give yourself a little hug. One more round here, lifting the shins off the ground, maybe releasing the hands. And then on a slow count of 5, we'll lower all the way down to a low boat and then to the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release everything down to the mat. Bring both knees into the chest. Just roll gently side to side. Stretching the left leg long on the ground, pulling that right knee in towards the arm. And then on your next exhale, moving that right knee over the left side, coming to a gentle twist. Left hand can rest on the right knee. Third arm can go long, or cactus. And gaze goes over that right shoulder. Inhaling that right knee back through center. Give it one more final little squeeze into your right armpit. And then switch out the legs. Right leg goes long. Left knee pulls into that left armpit. And then on your next exhale, bring that right knee over the body towards the right side for a gentle twist. Right hand can rest on that left leg. Gaze goes long over the left shoulder. That left arm can be really in any position that feels comfortable over on the left side. Inhale, returning that left knee towards center, squeezing it in towards the chest. And then about 2 rounds of breath to do any final poses that feel good. Maybe curling up into a tight ball, maybe moving through happy baby. Just any final movements that your body is calling for before our final resting pose. And as you're ready, start to make your way into Shavasana. Legs go long down the mat, ankles release. And the arms can go long on either side of the body, palms face up. Maybe do any final wiggles to get comfortable. And just let your body completely relax and melt into the ground. Taking these last 2 minutes of class just for you. And I'll call you out when it's time.
Slowly bringing the awareness back into the body. Starting to wiggle the fingers and toes, reawakening the body. Start to deepen the breath. Taking a nice big inhale and releasing it. Curl the knees in towards the chest and then roll over into your left side. Maybe using that left bicep as a little pillow. Taking one moment here just to pause. Slowly make your way back up to seated, doing your best to keep the eyes soft or even closed. Coming into a cross-legged position at the top of the mat. Sitting upright, not looking at our phones. And letting the eyes fall closed. The hands can rest on top of the knees. And taking these last few moments of class just to feel present in your body and in this practice. We'll end with a communal breath, exhaling all the stale air. Inhaling deeply, filling up through the nose. And exhaling lion's breath out the mouth. Palms come together in front of the heart. Bowing forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here today. Hope you had a nice, wonderful little practice, and hope to see you soon.